Good morning and happy Saturday, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me and see me all right. I tried to do a video yesterday and it was all crackly and crazy sounding. So if you could let me know how I'm sounding and give it a few minutes for the notification to come out. So I did put the link in chat for anybody who would like to join the panel this morning. It is the 15th episode of Mental Health Live Chat. Super excited. Can't believe it's already been 15 episodes. It's kind of crazy, but cool at the same time. Let's see here. I want to make sure I got everything good and going here. All right. So I did do a video and uploaded it last night, my premiere, on my gift from Alexis. I will show everybody. This is what I got from Alexis. His name is Clover, and he is going with the rest of my collection of Shamrock bears I got one from Crystal, Rosie's Closet. And then I got a couple other ones that are all set up in my collection of my bears. And I like anything with shamrocks and with Ireland and all that kind of stuff. And green. So how is everybody so far this morning? I'm hoping you all are having a great Saturday. It is beautiful out. For me, our weather's been kind of crazy this week. We had, the other day I did a live, or uploaded a video, shouldn't say live. It was a video where it was snowing, it was sunny, and it was pretty warm for us here usually at this time of year. And it was doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And then I have another video that we ended up going out to the lake and seeing how the weather was over there. And I got some pretty good stuff there, but I just have to get the video together and set up and then upload that one. It'll be part 2 of Wisconsin's crazy weather. How many other people out there have had some crazy weather this week? Hello, Toon. Welcome. There we go. I just gave you a wrench, Toon. I've seen you a lot. Hello, Siosa Sales. Welcome. How are you all doing this morning? Can you guys hear me okay? See me all right? Is there any crackling, weird noises? Like I said yesterday, trying to do my video, I noticed that it was, I don't know, it was really crazy. It was really crackly, and I don't understand what it was. And I showed Tommy, and Tommy's going to try to help me figure it out, but making sure that I'm not crackly and making all those weird noises like the video was last night. Well, thank you for being here. Well, I've seen you around, so I know you're good. So I only give, oh, thank you. It's my Shamrock. I actually picked this up, this necklace, the Shamrock. I got it from our thrift store around, I think it was like a couple weeks before St. Patrick's Day. And I really loved it. And it was for $1, but it was on the half off price thing going on that they have there every once in a while. Well, they have it a lot, but at this time. So I was able to get this for 50 cents. The original chain that it came with, it broke. But so I put it on this one, and I want to try to figure out a different necklace to put on because this one makes me itch. So it's kind of crazy. Hello, Jacob. Did you change your name? And thank you for joining. Hello, Cliff. Welcome. I did drop the link in up above, and I can drop it again if anybody would like to join this morning. Again, this is my mental health live chat. with an open panel. And here you are safe to just express yourself. If you need anything, we're here to support you. And so that's pretty cool, Jacob. That's pretty cool. At least I know your name now. And I don't confuse you as a girl. I still apologize from that night. I felt really bad, and I apologize. For some reason, I thought you were a female, and I do apologize. So I like it. That's awesome. And let's see who else is in chat. Did I miss anybody in chat? If I did, please let me know. Be like, hey. Oh, that's awesome. You're so funny, Jacob. But I do like the name. Little Bunny Fufu was awesome. It was pretty awesome. But at least I know who you are now. So how is everybody in chat that just joined? Have you guys had some crazy weather this week? I know we did. Hello, Alexis. How are you doing? I showed off the gift that you sent me. And I'll show it again. He's really cute. He's really soft, too. He's really soft. But this is what Alexis sent me. Isn't he adorable? His name is Clover. It's roasting. Oh, no. Our temperature has been climbing really quickly today, already this morning. It started out at, I want to say 38 degrees when I woke up about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. And it's already, let's see, it is 52 degrees out. So it jumped pretty quick. I already have the heat off and going to open up the house after my live. Stuck in my phone. Why are you stuck in your phone, Alexis? I'm just heading to. Oh, okay. I'm good. I've had an up and down day, or up and down week. Shouldn't say day, because today was actually a pretty good day. But mentally, I've been up and down. So, right? Another drive time video opportunity. Awesome. Been working in the kitchen all day, so not good. I don't mind working in the kitchen, but I don't care for my kitchen because I don't have a lot of counter space. And so I got to figure out how to get an island in there. It's a very strange setup on how my kitchen is set up. And so if we can find like an island that's narrow enough to work on and isn't going to interfere with our refrigerator, then I think it'll be better. But Tommy's talking about building me a kitchen outside. So I'm super stoked. I hope we're able to do that. I do a lot of grilling during the summer, and he does like all the stuff that I don't. Thanks, Toon. You have a great day. Thank you for stopping. Yeah, my mental health has been up and down since all this stuff started. I mean, it was up and down before, but it's more up and down now. I mean, granted, I run to the post office every day and stuff like that, but I don't get to, like, as a family, we don't get to go out and sorry about that. We don't get to go out and do our once a month kind of family dinner to the buffet now, and it's pretty crazy, and I don't like being cooped up. Hey babe, welcome. He's working on computers, so if you guys hear a vacuum, it's him down in the basement in his dungeon. cleaning out computers. So we got a whole stack of them from my dad. And so he's just cleaning them up and getting them all set up and stuff. So it's pretty cool. He's got 2 done now. Is that what it is, honey? The number is 2. He was up last night pretty late working on the first one, and now he's got it down. So he's down there working. So if you do hear a vacuum, it's just him cleaning out the computers. Yeah, refurbishing 29 computers. Thank you. Couldn't remember what the word was. Hello.
Hey, quite a morning. Sorry about that.
Oh, your voice is lining up with your lips.
I'm sorry. I am dealing with the elderly and computers over here.
There you go. Much better now. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Tommy's refurbishing 29 computers today. So he loves doing that stuff, though. He is really good at it. I'm trying
to get my parents, they're in their 80s, trying to get their computer set up on Zoom so we can do a Zoom Easter. And it's just been a nightmare. It's just been a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
And they're using Macs, which I don't know anything about Macs. And so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my mom, she works on computers. And so she is, I don't want to get the age wrong. She is 18 years older than me, so she's 58. I'm 40, so yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah, she loves doing it, though.
I could be your mom. That's scary.
No, that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. That's my age. Trying to get the pop-up chat out so I can say hey to everybody. I see Alexis. Hi, Alexis.
Yeah, she's driving with her mom to go to
Crystal. I know Crystal. Crystal, I hope you weren't disappointed with your package, hon. I hope it was okay.
Sonia,
I hope you were happy with what you got.
Ciosa Sales says hormones are wreaking havoc on mental health. Yeah, I'm not sure what my issue is this last couple weeks. I know that the medication that they prescribed me was causing very severe suicidal thoughts and dreams. And so I've called, and because of everything that's going on right now, I'm sure they're swamped. So they haven't had a call back. So I got to try to call again this week to talk to them. But it was like being in a Quantum Leap episode with the suicide dreams. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I'm sure that plays a lot of havoc on my mood swings and getting off of that medication, because I just not good. I've never really had suicidal ideation before, so like it was something new for me and I couldn't handle it. Like it played more bad on my mental health than it did trying to make it better. So hello, Lindy, welcome.
I'm going to take myself off camera a minute. I need to eat this banana.
Oh, okay. Beth, Crystal says, Beth, the fabric is great. Thank you.
I'm so glad. Much. I was really concerned about that one pattern because it's kind of ugly, but I figure in a pinch, people aren't going to really care.
You know, I saw a mask that was made that went through my Facebook news feed, and it was an interesting design on the
was
mask.
Was it the one with the male genitalia?
Yes. And it's
that was funny.
Well, when I first looked at it, it just looked like a bunch of lines. I really wasn't paying attention to what it was. And I read the caption. I'm like, oh, so I looked. I'm like, oh. Yeah, if you can tell
Yeah.
exactly what the detail is on those things, yeah, you're too close.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. If people ask her if that's what's on it, then she's going to say, you're too close to me.
Mm-hmm. It was
That was
hilarious.
hysterical.
But like, it's weird because we went to the grocery store yesterday, and there were people. There's like, I don't know. Tommy, what would you say the percentage was of people who are wearing masks and gloves to people who are not wearing masks and gloves? Like Tommy kept feeling, he kept saying, he was like, I kind of feel out of place. And then all of a sudden, when you saw a group of people on the other side of the grocery store that didn't have gloves on, that didn't have masks on, and he's like, oh, I feel better now. But yeah, like most of the people that were in the grocery store yesterday had masks, gloves on, like they were decked out. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And
I would guess here about 50% also.
And what was funny, you could tell who was married because they matched, their masks matched.
I'm waiting for somebody to propose with a mask instead of a ring.
Right? That is too funny. So I mean, yeah, about 50%. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, it was crazy. My allergies are going crazy, so I apologize. I might have to keep wiping my nose because it itches.
I like your headband. That's cute.
I got this from
I wish I could pull something like that off, but I can't.
I actually got this from T last year. It was her mother's. Her mother passed away, and so she sent me this, and I absolutely love it. I wear it as much as I can. I always have it near. It's usually on that lamp, or it's over here by my desk where I can grab it and pull my hair up. So I absolutely love this thing, and I love the design. Here, I'll show you. I think it's a scarf of some sort, but I use it as a headband. But I love this design or the pattern on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's some of my favorite colors. Green is my favorite color. And then I like blue too. So like 90% of my tattoos are green and blue. And so, yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And then I just do this.
Oh, that's cute. See, I couldn't tell that's what that was. I thought it was like a hair like a actual headband with that on top.
My bad. I missed the loop. See, that's why I don't like wearing shoes that you have to tie either, because 90% of the time it does that too. So I like slip-ons. My daughter's over here dancing. There's no music going on, but she's over here having a ball. She's dancing. When I went to the grocery store on Thursday, only 25% of people wore masks. Yeah, that I mean, we really didn't have any cases up until just recently in our county. And so people out of state were coming up. And because our area, it's like a vacation area. And so the Dells, Wisconsin Dells isn't that far from here. So, and that's like a big tourist area. And so people that were like from Illinois were coming up to their summer homes. And that's probably how it got started here. And so, because they weren't listening to bring their own supplies and all this other stuff. So, so now we got it in our county.
Yeah, I'm really nervous that it's going to be extended here. I'm going to be missing 2 important events if they extend it, because my grandson's supposed to be born on May 4th. And I mean, just down the road. And And then my other daughter is supposed to be moving into a house on May 1st.
Uh-oh.
And she's got a 6-month-old. And I just hate the idea of her and her husband having to do their entire move by themselves with a 6-month-old.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm feeling really helpless right now about, just having to give the control away because I can't control it. And I want to be there for both events. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, and that's like with Easter. Tomorrow's Easter. And so a lot of Easter events have been canceled.
I'm probably going to be doing an Easter working hangout tomorrow. If anybody wants to work on Easter, I will probably be working in the morning at least. At 3:00, we're trying to do a Zoom Easter, which, like I said, this whole thing with my parents is just, but we're going to have the kids hunting eggs at their houses and we're going to watch them.
Oh, that's
so we have a 18-month-old and an 8-year-old that'll be hunting eggs in separate locations. So
oh, wow.
I want everybody to be able to see,
And that's what, like, I've noticed there's been an increase of, like, professional musicians who are streaming, and they're streaming in a group, probably a Zoom type thing, and they're playing music together and giving concerts and stuff like that. There's been a lot of that going on. So I don't see why it wouldn't work for going Easter egg hunting and all that other stuff.
We were going to play board games, but I couldn't get anybody excited about it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But, my brother, he'll do the prayer and all that. And because we usually have a big group prayer and everything. So it'll be okay. I'm really hoping that this affects companies different in the future because a lot of people are working from home remotely that don't. And I'm hoping that companies will see that their employees are just as productive remotely as they are in the office. Mm-hmm. And afterwards, let some people work remotely, even if it's just part of the time. I mean, they'll cut down on office space that they need, expenses. I'm hoping that'll help some people because like I'm allowed to work from home 3 days a week normally, and I get just as much work done, if not more. And so I'm just hoping that will help some people.
Right. Yeah, I mean
the whole world's going to be different after this. That. Oh yeah. They're going to be taking your temperature for months after this, mm-hmm. going places and,
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're requiring masks and gloves, or let's see.
Made it mandatory in I don't know how to say that.
San Bernardino.
Okay. Callie, I'm sure it will be here soon too. A friend of mine posted, they live in Florida and they're like family to me. They're like adopted. I adopted them. They adopted me. And he was saying in a post that it's starting to become mandatory there. And anybody who's caught without gloves and a mask will be fined in his county. And I was like, it's crazy. And then I read an article that said that they're thinking if anybody got sick in November and December and it lasted more than 14 days, then they probably already had it. What's going on? And both Tommy and I were really sick in January. And so I don't know. I know normally Tommy will get sick and it's only a couple days and he'll take NyQuil and he'll be fine. And then usually our daughter follows suit. If Tommy gets sick, she gets sick. Well, in January, he got sick and NyQuil wasn't doing anything to help him. And our daughter did not get sick. And so, which was very unusual. So we probably already had it and not even realized it. But the thing is they're suspecting, but they can't prove it because, well, that was back in November, December, January, you know. So it's interesting, that's for sure. Wendy says Colorado got hit fairly early because of DIA and skiing. I'm not sure what DIA is. I'm not good with abbreviations. I'm just going to be, you know, right out there. And Sales says, Doc told me to get masks. See, we have them. Which one is it? We have these ones, but I can't breathe with these. And so, I mean, if it gets to the point where it's mandatory, we have them. But at this point, if I've been exposed, I've already been exposed. Hello, Sonia. I don't remember if I said hi or not. I do apologize if I didn't. Let's see. There was a comment up above. Just want to make sure I get everybody. Okay, so I showed that one.
It's hard to follow the chat.
Sometimes it is, yeah.
It really is. And I don't like to put my glasses on and usually have to be able to see.
I have mine, I'm supposed to wear them, but they sit here right next to me, which does no
They
good.
just go up and down and up and down and up and down, and I'm just like, just want them off. Oh, gosh.
Wendy said that her county didn't get any cases until a couple of weeks ago, and that's how it was here too. When all the people from out of state showed up at their summer homes, and then went into our grocery stores and went bumming around our town. And they were told to bring their own supplies. Like they're going to come up, they have to bring their own supplies and have to self-quarantine for 14 days. And none of them listened. None of them. So now we have cases. So I think we're at.
My daughter lives in a small town of maybe 500, and they have 3 cases already.
Yeah.
It's a country town, but it is also near a college town. And, you know, and I asked her, I said, did they tell you, like, if these are college kids, you know, that may have gone on spring break? And she said, they're not giving that information out, how old the people are that have it. So, and I think also one thing we need to think about is that the numbers of deaths that they're reporting, you know, it's not like people are getting coronavirus and dying.
Right.
They have an other condition already, whether it be heart or respiratory, kidney. So they're dying from complications of this. I shouldn't have said the word. I'm sorry. We're not supposed to say it. I don't think you can get kicked off of YouTube. But, you know, so I think that also creates a lot of mass panic when you see the deaths. You know, you got to remember that these people, the majority of them had some other condition before they got it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They have to put that on the death certificate because they had it, right?
Right. Yeah. And that's what it triggered. Jacob said this is the second holiday after St. Patty's that I completely forgot about until I was here. And then, okay, so Tommy is right. You're going by what the local idiot on Facebook.
What?
You don't know that none of them listened. He's right. You know, I can just say my opinion that none of them listened. I should say, let me correct that and say there was a lot of them that didn't listen, not all of them. I can't, the ones that did, I'm appreciative of, but yeah, we have a lot of local idiots around here, and that I will not retract. Hello, Derek, welcome. And I can't wait to get to this town. I really can't.
Long time no see, Derek.
Right? How are you doing? Okay, let's see. Trying to go up here, catch up. Sorry, I'm horrible with trying to catch up sometimes. Oh, it's Sunday morning for her. She has to put out the Easter eggs for the Easter bunny.
Happy Easter, Sonia.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was already Sunday there. So happy Easter.
Mm-hmm. How fun.
My grandson asked me today if the Easter bunny has virus. Wasn't sure how to answer that. Oh no, poor kid.
Yeah, I did my niece who I used to spend a lot of time with. I can't see her. And so she Zoomed me yesterday. She's 8. And she's like, Aunt Beth, I want to do a scavenger hunt. I'm like, what the heck? And her mom's like, all you have to do is just throw out something and she has to go get it. So we did that for like 45 minutes. I'm like, go find something in your parents' room that's purple. And she, oh no, and you run, and we just had so much fun.
That's
just
awesome.
Had a brighten my day, And then she wrote a persuasive essay on why you should eat chocolate ice cream. So she read that to me. And it was just nice. I miss my family so much.
Yeah. It's hard, right? It's hard for not to. Like, granted, I don't see my mom but a few times a year, but sometimes I like popping in and saying hi, and you can't, and it's crazy. CEOs of Sales said gloves are less effective than hand washing. I don't wear gloves when I go out. I carry a bottle of hand sanitizer with me.
Yeah, because like at our McDonald's one day, they didn't have gloves on at the window. And, I got to thinking about it. How is that really going to help? Because if they have gloves on and I touch and I give them my card and they pick it up with their gloves and then they pass a drink to the next person, whatever I had on my hand when I pass them the card is going on their gloves with a drink. It's like, the whole main thing is hand washing. But then on the other hand, people at the window cannot wash their hands in between each person coming to the windows. So it's just up to each of us to sanitize our hands, just like doctors do in between patients on a regular basis. The gloves,
And I've seen so many people, granted it's Facebook, I know, but people are sharing pictures of people who have taken their gloves off with their mouth and holding the glove in their mouth, as they're playing on their phone. I mean, I don't know. Hand sanitizer is the way to go if you can get your hands on it. We have a stockpile of it because Tommy is addicted to the smell. He loves the smell of hand sanitizer. And and so we have big bottles of it. We've had them for a long time before any of this stuff even happened. And so I'm starting to like the smell of hand sanitizer because it smells clean. Just can't use too much of it or I start feeling sick to my stomach. So Sonia says, you did not know, but it's all good. I still love you. LOL. All right. I already read Tommy's message.
Derek, how many kids do you have at home, Derek?
Oops. I think he only has 2 kids, but they're teenagers.
Well, that would stress anybody out. So on a regular basis. So having them home, I'm sure, 24 hours a day. I mean, heck, my wife and I were getting on each other's nerves the very first week. I mean, it was bad. We finally just had to come to this little compromise, and it's worked well ever since. But at the beginning, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Tommy and I have had our ups and downs, but nothing's really changed for us because we really don't go anywhere. We don't, we're usually home all the time. He's in his dungeon most of the day. And so he has been going fishing though. Fishing and Picking said and welcome, by the way. Hello.
Fishing and Picking.
My fishing buddies in Michigan said their governor shut down all lakes with motorized boats. Ouch. And in our area, there was a post put out to all fishermen, aka all the men in our area, that there was a self-quarantine mandatory meeting on the lake. So that, you know, they had to be out there for 14 days and no wives, no kids, you know, do your thing. And yeah, it was hilarious. But yeah, they haven't done that. They have shut down about 40 parks in the state. They just recently did that. And it's not because of that. It's because of vandalism and trash being left out there. So they closed about 40 of them. So that's the people. It has nothing to do with what's going on. It has to do with people being irresponsible and just ignorant. And so, and then Crystal's husband, his birthday is on Thursday, so happy early birthday. And she's trying to put together a video of all his friends telling him happy birthday. That's actually a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea right there. And then Sonny says, I faced my grandkids today, miss them so much. Yeah. Now
Did you read her next post down there?
Hold on. Oh, Sonia's, out of my 5 kids, I have 4 home, but my dad lives with me. My son-in-law does too. I haven't killed any.
Glad to hear it, Sonia.
Right? If you get to that point, just message me. just call me. I'll talk you out of it. Hello, No Money G. Welcome. Hello,
hey, Dee.
Welcome. My boys are doing distance learning, and it sucks that my oldest will have to graduate virtually. Yeah, I hope they have something special for the seniors this year. I hope, you know, after all this is said and done, I hope they do something special for everybody that was going to graduate, you know, during this time. I think that would be smart for them. I mean, they worked their booties off to graduate. They should have something special for them after all of this. So,
and the kids that are doing sports and are up for scholarships and things like that they can't perform, you know, I don't know how they're going to do that. Like colleges that are recruiting them and stuff. I don't know how that works. I mean, it just sucks all around.
Yeah, I have no clue. The little bit of college stuff that I did was for the healthcare. So I was a CNA and started my LPN back when there was an LPN, and then bad stuff happened and I never went back. So I had to give that up when I was younger. And then when I went to do research on it to see if I could go back, found out that they no longer have an LPN.
Really?
Yeah, you go from CNA to nursing. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe that's just here. I don't know. But I think I'm saying the right thing. It's in between CNA and being an actual nurse. It's that middle step that they use.
The LVN?
Yeah. So now they don't have that. You just go from being a CNA to a nurse. So I was like, yeah. My mental health did not allow me to.
No, my mom was a nurse, and I was never going to follow in her footsteps. And she came home with blood and guts on her clothes, and I can't stand needles. I can't stand the sight of blood. And she's like, aren't you going to be a nurse? Because you're such a caring person. I'm like, I'm being a teacher. I'm not going to be a nurse. And they used to have to like practice giving each other shots, and oh gosh, no.
Yeah, that's really weird.
No.
Yeah, I never made it that far.
I love nurses. They're wonderful.
Mhm.
Could never do it.
Yeah, at one time in my life, I was going to be a nurse. Now I got too much going on up here to have to try to worry about taking care of, going into a facility and trying to help people. I got to get myself to where I'm at my normal level, and leveling out before I could go and do something like that. And I just don't feel that I'm at that stage in my life yet. Now, taking care of Tommy a couple years ago, we almost lost Tommy. And so when that all happened, he had a major surgery and I had to take care of the wound. I mean, he had a hole in him that I had to learn how to pack, and take care of. And the doctor, so the nurse showed me one time, and then I did it the second time. The doctor came in, looked at the dressing, and stuff like that, was checking the wound, and he didn't realize that I was the one that did the dressing until the nurse was like explaining to him that I did the dressing, and he said I did a very good job. And the nurse was like, I only showed her one time. So I got the hang of it really quick. And then when he came home and I had to take care of his wound twice a day, change all the bandages and stuff like that. And we went in to see the surgeon that actually did the surgery. She told me that that if I wanted, I could have a very good career in wound care, because she couldn't tell that he had just had surgery 5 weeks prior because of the way I took care of it, and it healed beautiful. And so it was really a very positive moment in my life. But then I was like, I kind of second guessed myself. Did I take really good care of it because it was Tommy, or because I actually have a gift in it? I don't know. And I don't know if that's part of the mental health part of my brain, or, second guessing it. But I don't know if I could, like, personally, I don't know if I could take care of somebody else who would have had the same exact wound. I don't know. And so it kind of caused me not to go through with signing back up to go into college to be a nurse and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of stinks. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason. And so I didn't mind. I didn't mind taking care of him, and I've been able to take care of the kids when they've had injuries and stuff like that. So, and I helped the neighbor kid when he got a really bad wound. I was able to calm him down, and he's autistic, and I was able to calm him down and take care of his wound and stuff like that. And his mom was like, he's never like that with anybody. And I'm like, I don't know. So it was kind of crazy. My mom just turned 65 on the 8th. It was hard for her because she has a twin sister and they couldn't do a party together for it.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, that is very sad. Oh, my nose is itching bad. Gotta love the spring. So
I at one point I joined I guess it was a rape crisis center. I was going to be like a volunteer or whatever. And I went through all the training and I did great. And then right before they stuck me into situations, they played this tape of this woman and I couldn't handle it. And I never went back.
Oh, wow.
And I just decided I'm not doing this to myself, you know. So
Yeah, you know,
I mean, it was really what I wanted to do, but then it was just that, you know, and I'm just glad that that happened, that I realized right then and didn't actually get a call and have to go down there, you know, and help a woman when obviously mentally I was not up to the task, you know.
yeah. Yeah, I
It all
don't,
looked really great on paper, but
I think that's why, you know, for me personally, I don't know if I could ever be like a counselor per se to help other people with mental health. But I think that, you know, doing this isn't just helping me with, you know, explain things that I go through every week. Um, it helps me. And, you know, I hope that it helps other people. And for me, this is the next best thing for counseling, you know, because a lot of people, I know our son was not good with counselors and made things worse. And I don't want to be that type of person where, and counselors didn't work for me either. You know, I've had counselors say, and I've said it before, you know, well, if you would have done this, this wouldn't have happened. And it's like, that's not how you help somebody. You don't tell them it's their fault. You know, you give them support, you listen, and I've had some really bad counselors and some counselors that we just didn't mesh well together, personality wise, and I didn't feel comfortable with them. And so a lot of times it's hard to find that right person that you can talk with. And that's why I wanted to do this, so that we can all lean on each other, have that support that's very much needed, and not in a counselor way.
mm-hmm.
And so
And then you know that you're not alone out there in the
yeah,
world.
exactly.
No, there's
Every,
always someone who's worse off than you who can
I,
benefit from
uh,
your stories, and you know.
yeah, exactly. And a lot of times I feel like when I come on, I'm like, I've had a really bad week, and I don't want to always talk about the bad, but it seems that with mental health for me, you know, I do have good moments and I do share those, but my mental health, you know, it's not always rainbows and sunshine. You know, that's not how it is. And we've been watching this show, Ozark,
Mm-hmm.
on Netflix. Awesome show, but we got to a part where one of the main characters' brothers had mental health issues. And I tried to watch as much of it as I could. He was bipolar, and it made me very uncomfortable. So I couldn't watch it. There's certain things about the show that I can't watch because it triggers my anxiety. And so I've missed a lot of episodes because of that. I will go in the room and I'll watch something on our TV in there while Tommy's out here watching. But it is a really good show. It's just that there are some things on there that I can't personally watch. So I know what
Does it have nudity in it?
it does not have nudity.
Okay, that's my issue.
Yeah, there is no nudity,
So,
but there are a lot of adult activities. They'll show like it's starting, but then it'll cut off. And I'm not one for watching that stuff. Like if a show starts having that, I'm like usually instantly turned away from it. And there's a lot of shows out there that are like that, but the storyline, and they don't last long. So the storyline, you know, that's off, I'll come back into the room and sit down and watch. But that's just not my thing. And there's so much of it on TV now and in TV shows. So it's really hard to find a good storyline where you can exit yourself out of the room during that certain spot and then come back in, and a different person will, you know, have you grabbed in. So it's
I need to read up on that one and see if I think I would be able to handle it. It's just like Tiger King. I guess I read something at the very beginning and I thought it was going to show a lot of animal cruelty. And so that's why I never watched it. And my daughter's telling me, she's like, no, you're cool. You'll be okay with it. So, you know, I may eventually.
That one was weird. But Tiger King, we watched it. Okay. And it was a very crazy thing. Like, I don't know.
There's a big hype about it, and some people say it's really not that much. I mean, it's like, why was there all this hype about it? Well, somebody paid a lot of people to go out and advertise this show and really push it and really get this big storm going about it, you know.
Right. I mean, it does show, you know, things that people do when they are doing, you know, a rescue of the big wild cats. But there's a lot of controversy on one of the people that they are showing in the show where her husband disappeared and nobody's been able to find him. So that, like, there's like people wanting to do an investigation further into what happened to her husband that just all of a sudden mysteriously disappeared, you know. And I've seen a lot of people talk about that. And then it's to each their own. I mean, we watched it. We have our opinions on it. Be them.
Yeah, Dee says it's stupid. That's what I heard. Some people say it's stupid. I mean, you know, I might eventually watch it if I don't have anything else to watch, but I've got a whole list of things that I want to try first that people are telling me about.
It's not something I'd be like, hey, you got to go see.
No, the one we just finished is called Grace Point. It's on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. It's 10 episodes. It's a murder mystery. We enjoyed it because we just banter back and forth. Grace Point. Because we just spent, you know, it was 10 episodes. So it was about a week of our time. And we enjoyed, you know, going back and forth, you know, going, okay, let's see if you think he did it, she did it, you know, because they investigate all these different people in the town, and, you know, and they make them all look suspicious. And so you're trying to figure out who did it, you know. And
is it like one of those like murder mystery get together type things?
Those what?
Murder mystery type, like gatherings.
No, it was just in a town. You know, a murder happened in a town, and they're just trying to figure out who did it, you know. And there, you know, there's creepy people in the town, and you're like, that's too obvious. That person's too creepy. You know, it wouldn't be that obvious. And so we had a real good time trying to figure it out, you know, and we ended up being half right, if that makes any sense. We were pretty right, but it was just fun. And, you know, like I said, no sex, no, I don't care to watch people having sex. It's just not my thing.
It's not my
And personally, I think it could just be left out unless it's got something to do with the storyline, which 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's got the woman that was in Breaking Bad. Evidently, I didn't even watch Breaking Bad. I tried it for like 4 or 5 episodes, and it was just too dark humor for me. I don't really like dark humor. But it's the one that played the wife of Bryan Cranston. She's like the lead role in this Grace Point. And she's very good. Anna Gunn or something like that.
Well,
and then Nick Nolte's in it, and he's real good.
Yeah, I wrote it down on my little sticky note.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jacob says he can't stand needles either. Wendy said at the college that she works at, she thinks that they have most of their sports scholarships already in place for next year. Got to get those offers out early. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Wendy says, I could never be a nurse. I'm not good with quick acting situations. Yeah, I'm a little bit slow too, so with responses at things. But usually, like if something happens here, like when Tommy got sick and I almost lost him. I went to my mom's. It was a Saturday. I went to my mom's and he wasn't feeling good. And I knew something wasn't right because literally every 5 minutes he was either ice cold or he was burning hot. And so I ran to my mom's, took care of what I needed to take care of over there, and then came home and he wasn't responding right. It was like I had to have the neighbor come over and help me get him into the truck. And he fought me. He doesn't like hospitals and doctors, but he fought me. But when he started slurring his speech, I knew something was very, very wrong. And he had sepsis. He had, he was literally, if I wouldn't have brought him in when he did, I would have lost him. So, good morning, Dwayne. Let's see, where was I? Sonia says, I don't have the qualifications to be a nurse, but I have been in many situations where I've had to be a nurse assistant. Yep, same here. Dwayne says, I look nice. Thank you very much, Dwayne. Good morning, Tiger. Welcome, welcome.
Speaking of tigers.
Yeah, right? That makes sense to me. It's different when it's a loved one and they need you, I would think. Yeah, and that's why, it was really hard, for me to know for sure. I suppose if I would have just went into it and found out that it was just because of, it being Tommy, being a loved one, then I would have known.
Mm-hmm.
But I second guess myself a lot of times. And so I guess I don't give myself enough push to do things that I really want to do. And so.
Yeah, there's things I've done for my wife that I would never do for anybody else. I just do it strictly out of love.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you when you love somebody, you will bend over backwards. You will take a bullet for them, And when it's people that you don't know, you don't really know how you would react unless you're in that situation. And so for me, with doing the second guessing, I guess I let myself down mentally because I didn't take that chance and push myself. And so I'm working on it. It's something that I'm working on. And once I get myself, like I said, to my normal, because everybody's normal is different when it comes to mental health. When I'm able to get to my normal and level out and stay level, then I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. I know that right now I'm very much enjoying the printing stuff that we are doing, and it helps me kind of focus. And like in the Tommy made some drafts that I had done go live on our little store, and I can't believe how many.
Are you doing t-shirts?
We are doing t-shirts. We're doing vinyl t-shirts and sublimination t-shirts. It's just that's more on, like special orders and stuff, but we're doing decals and stuff like that. So, and mugs. So, I don't have it near me. Must have washed it and put it away. So like special orders and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's any resellers out here that sell clothing. It looks like Be the Difference Clothing. I'm not sure what they sell. I'm looking for baby clothes 9 months to a year. Anybody specializes in that, I'd like to go to your store and help you out because my granddaughter is running out of clothes.
Yeah, kids tend to grow fast. My 12-year-old
care packages to my grandkids during all this.
Yeah. Hello, Sandy. What? Welcome, dear. Just Sandy.
I've been sending care packages to the grandkids and my daughters.
That's a really good idea.
So, Be the Difference Clothing sells kids' clothes. Okay. Poshmark, eBay. Where do I go?
Which one?
Be the Difference Clothing.
Yeah. You want to drop your link, Joy? Welcome, by the way. I've known Joy for...
Yeah, if you drop your link, I'll copy it and check it out later.
Hi, Ian. Welcome. And I
You
don't
have
know...
your own site. Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know if I said his name right. I'm horrible with names, and I apologize. But welcome, welcome. Better to heal together than alone. Exactly, Tiger. And that's what, anybody who needs anything, my email is down below. If you need to talk, if you need anything, just email me. And then I figured out, because I YouTubed it, how to put the little links up in your banner on your screen, your homepage of your YouTube for your channel. The mental health safe place on Facebook link is there. You can click on that. And so, if you need me or anybody, just go join that group. And, if you need something or if you just need to vent, put it in there. That's what we're here for. So.
Okay, I got your website up, so I'll check it out. I bookmarked it, okay? I see some onesies here. Thank you very much.
I had to learn what they're really saying is, I'm frustrated because I don't have control over your outcome, so I'll just blame you for your results. I'm not sure what that means. Did I miss something? Sorry, I did.
You're maybe you're 30 minutes behind in chat.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
That happens to me all the time.
No, so I'm trying to catch up in chat so that nobody feels left out. Okay, yeah, it does. Best not to watch the rest of that show. Yeah.
He's talking about Ozark.
Yeah. Yep, that one I caught. I missed the other one.
I know people are really talking about that show. I really need to check out all the ins and outs of the, when you're talking about the sexual situations. I just need to see how they are.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like they're going into detail or anything like that. It's just, that that's where it's leading to, and then it goes to something else. But I don't like shows like that. I don't like those parts in shows. So I tend to walk out of the room when that happens or change it. He says Tiger King is stupid. It is, but at the same time, like when Tommy and I were watching it, we binge watched it one night, and I was more interested to know what the situation was, not what he was about, just what he was involved in. And so that's why we kind of binge watched it. So that, oh, hold on, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. My chat keeps jumping up and down for me, so I apologize. Yeah, there's a bunch of shows on Netflix that are coming out. They're Netflix originals, and then Amazon Prime has some really good ones as well. We tend to watch Netflix a lot because we'll get into a show and then we'll watch that before we start another one. And so usually we watch like 5 to 8 episodes at night, and then we'll move on after it's all said and done.
I want to watch Self-Made on Netflix. I think it's called Self-Made with Octavia Spencer, about the first African-American woman millionaire.
I haven't heard of that one.
I don't know how well done it is, but I sure would like to hear the story.
Right. I like history stuff. I like mythology. I like paranormal stuff. Where Tommy is more of a
Action?
well, not so well, yeah, action, but more of like he likes to watch serial killer stuff. I don't know what genre that is. You know, just all those types of true based shows that are based on true stories and stuff like that. We've watched Criminal Minds. We've watched all those crazy things like that. But I enjoy those as well. So it's not just
Dapper Tiger said Self-Made is great.
Okay.
Glad
Cool.
to hear it. That's on my list.
There's feedback. It's like nails on the
I took care of it.
That must be about the Tiger King. D, is that about Tiger King? These feedbacks? Or there's feedback? It's like
No, it was my sound. I took care of it.
Oh, okay. I apologize. We apologize.
I have my speakers up too high.
Oh, okay. Yes, I tried to do so I was playing with OBS yesterday. Tommy put it on my computer and showed me a little, like how to go and record and stuff like that, go live. So I was playing with it yesterday, and for some reason, I didn't get it right. Like the sound wise was so choppy and distorted. So I'm wondering if I had maybe my speakers. Next time I'll try to do it with my speakers down lower and see how it works. But I was playing with it yesterday, and it was so cool to like flip through and do this and that with it. So I kind of like it, OBS, but at the same time, I have a whole lot to learn on it. Tiger says, normal is so relative. Don't beat yourself up so much. Yeah, that is very true. Everybody's normal is different. Bummer, I only have newborn to 6 months, Tiger said. So that must have been the clothes thing that you're talking about. Sonia says, definitely when this is all over, I would love to buy a t-shirt off you saying, I survived the toilet paper crisis. Right? I still don't understand that, and I probably never will, but all right. So here is Joy's website.
I went to it and I favorited it, and I'll bookmarked it, and I'll look at it in a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't think of what the name of it was. My brain just and I'm dropping stuff. Too much coffee.
At least you're not throwing it.
Yeah, my hand just went bloop. Oops. Here we go. When he says, I watch true crime and reselling on YouTube. Other than that, it is Doctor Who and Curse of Oak Island with a little bit of hoarders thrown in. Yeah, so hoarders. Speaking of hoarders, anytime Tommy wants me to binge clean, he plays hoarders for a couple days and makes me watch it. And then I'll go through the house and I'll start purging stuff, getting rid of it. It's kind of funny. Hello, Snobby. Welcome.
Now, is Snobby Scrap Picker used to have a different name? I'm wondering if that's the same person I've talked to before. Is he over across the pond? Is he across the way?
Snobby?
Yeah. Where are you located, Snobby?
Yep. Hello, Craig. Welcome. Let's see.
I don't remember the scrap. I don't remember. And your wife's name?
Dusty Blonde, I think is what she goes by.
I was on a show with him one day, and he was talking about giving us English words, like the dog and bone is the telephone, and I don't remember the scrap. I may need to resubscribe to him. Back in October, I took everybody off my YouTube, and it's taking me this long to figure out who I had originally. So I'm probably going to have to go back and resubscribe. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, I go to people and I'm like, subscribe, and then I put a little note down there, you know, please don't get your feelings hurt. I was subscribed to you 5 months ago, you know, and I just didn't know.
Sometimes
because I have like 400 channels off my YouTube.
Yeah, I have a lot that I follow.
I couldn't handle all the. First I turned the notifications off, but then what would happen is I would start getting suggested videos on the side, even though I have my subscriptions off. And so I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. Oh, I want to watch that, you know, and I just couldn't get anything done. So I finally just, I don't know what I did, but it was hard.
Yeah.
I went on a 6-week break, and it was the best thing I ever did because I really focused, and
that's the thing too, I've gone through, since I've had this channel, I've gone through twice and have cleaned out everybody that I was subbed to, and then gone and wrote down the ones that I really enjoyed and that are some of my favorite YouTubers, and I re-added them. And I still have a whole lot. I still have a whole lot of, let me see.
Okay, it's only whenever I click on Snobby, it says report or block. So,
you actually have to.
Does that mean I'm already subscribed to him then?
No, YouTube actually took away the.
Oh, they did.
They did, because they're trying to stop the sub for sub channels. And so now if you want to,
you just have to,
if you want to,
search.
Yeah, you just copy their name, and it's easier on your computer than it's your phone.
All right, there he is. Okay, I'm resubscribed to you, sir.
Yeah, wow. You have to
when did they start that?
Not that long ago.
I'm saying I just had a live stream last Monday, and I thought I did that on my live stream.
Yeah, it was in the last couple of days, and because it's the sub channels are bad for your YouTube analytics and stuff. So, and I hope I said that
usually
right.
Whenever I have someone new on my show, whenever I usually have someone new on my show in the chat, I usually go over to their channel by clicking the 3 dots.
Right. Yeah. They took that away to try to cut down on the sub for sub channels. Yeah. And you can,
I don't understand why they care. Don't they want more subs? No.
But it's damaging to your YouTube analytics if you're just doing sub for sub. Because you can have 5,000 people on your YouTube, but if they're not watching it, then yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's temporary or not, Joy. I just know that that's what they've done. They actually, if you go and you look at our, it goes into more detail about it. So.
So you can't even put a link to your channel in there either?
Yeah, you can put your link, like you can drop your own link in there, but for your YouTube analytics, you want to have a good sub to watch ratio. Is that right? Sub to watch ratio. And so doing sub for sub channels, having.
If you think you're not going to watch somebody, just don't sub to them.
Right.
Basically,
and a lot of the,
it's not helping them, it's hurting them.
Right. Exactly. And so I have, let's see, how many do I have again?
Oh, that sucks, Nobby. I may have to unsub from you because I just don't have time to watch all these shows. I mean, I try, but with my full-time job and then reselling, It's really hard. I
My
tend to watch
opinion,
recorded videos more than I do lives, because if I have a live on and they're talking about something and I want to comment, then I stop what I'm doing and comment. So I tend to watch things later. So I don't want to hurt somebody's channel, but now we used to tell people that if you sub to them, they need to go over and at least comment on something, because YouTube might boot you off. But
yeah, I have. Excuse you, Thomas.
are you gonna put him back in the basement if he doesn't behave?
Well, he was walking through and he just belches. Lets it all out. I have 994 people that I am subscribed to, and a lot of them don't have content, so I have to go back through and remove the ones that I don't have content, or that don't have content for me to watch.
I know, but I feel I hurt people's feelings.
Well, if they don't have content, it's for me. I don't want to make the sound bad or anything like that, but if they don't have content, I'm not.
And I'm not saying people go and they look in their subscribers. Oh, let's see if Beth subscribed to me. Oh, she's not. No, but I'm just saying that when things like this come up, like Snobby comes in, and then I sub to him, and he's like, I thought she was. Why'd she unsubscribe from me? I just don't. I'm not. He probably wouldn't do it, but you know how women are. I'm sorry, women.
Well, I like
girls. They get their feelings hurt,
Right. And I watch Snobby. I love when he goes live. I will go in. I will say hi to everybody, wish him a good day, and I'm usually listening to him while he's live while I'm working.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I get everything out of my system right away, and then I still have them up playing and listening to them as I'm working. But that's just how I am. And there's other people too that I will have up on my YouTube over here, and then as I'm working, I'll listen to them. And it is hard sometimes to listen to live.
There's Dusty Blonde. I recognize her. That's his wife.
Yes. Hello, Dusty. Welcome, dear. I like listening to her too.
The more interesting the show, the worse off I am, because then I'm going to stop what I'm doing to comment or listen.
And sometimes it's really, really hard to listen to Snobby when he's live. Because I just want to go and he'll say something and I'll be like, I gotta go in there and type, and I'm like, I gotta get some work done.
Just need to give me their boring shows to watch, and that's and I feel bad about Dee, because I used to actually go on Dee's lives, and her show is so amazing, and I know that if I'm going to open her show, I'm going to stop working. And so I have to really, sometimes I'll just go in and say hi, give her a thumbs up, because I've got all these freaking things I'm dealing with my boss right now. I'm doing my job and most of my assistant's job right now because my assistant can't. And so I'm just overloaded. But I'm thankful that I have a job, I'm just so thankful that I have a job right now.
Right.
Yes, as a moderator, you can put the links in for people's channels.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what a lot of mods do for like the bigger channels. So I'm still a smaller channel. So, if my mods do it, that's awesome. But I'm more focused on, trolls. I have, if I trust you, if I know you, you've been in my chats long enough for me to know that you're not a troll, I will give you a wrench. And then, my 9 times out of 10, I don't have to worry about my having trolls, because the more wrenches they see, usually they don't mess with you. So
I still, in almost 2 years, have never had one troll.
Oh, really?
So
I've had some pretty bad ones actually, and it is what it is, you know. It really um your mods can drop links in the chat for other channels though. Does that impact your algorithm? I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. This is all still pretty new, so with them taking away that channel one, so yeah, I'm not really sure, but
Dapper Tiger says, looks like he's never getting a wrench.
what's that?
He said he looks like he's never going to get a wrench from you.
I didn't even
Dapper
see that.
Tiger. I don't know how many times he's been here, so I don't know what
I
you're.
think this is like the second time, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep coming into the lives, Tiger, and you will get one. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go over here because this chat, my StreamYard chat, froze up on me, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm gonna go over here to the YouTube one, and no money G, we pounce trolls. Yes, you do. And I love my mods. They are so awesome and they're quick. So I'm very happy to have my mods. Jacob says that makes sense. They don't put out content, so I wouldn't expect anyone to sub to me. And if I started making content, I know enough people to have a nice starting support if I put it out there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, when I first started my channel, I watched. I was quiet. I didn't go in. I didn't say anything. I just kind of watched. Then when I realized that I could actually make content, because I didn't understand what the button was to turn your YouTube into a channel at the beginning of it. So then when I did finally, I was like, oh, I can make content. This is going to be quite an interesting ride. And sure enough, I started out actually with my channel. I started out in the reselling community. And so I wasn't a big channel. You know, when my spleen ruptured last year, I knew a lot of people. Like I knew their names and stuff like that. But I didn't realize how many of those same people knew who I was. Like I would go in and I would say hi and I would wish everybody a good day. And that's about the extent of what I was doing. And the people that, you know, started messaging me and asking me if I was okay and that they were grateful that I was still here, I was like, I didn't know you knew who I was.
Was I one of those? Because
Yes.
you remember I freaked out. Like you and I were talking about something, and the very next day I see this on my Instagram, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and it just totally freaked me out. I was like,
Joy too.
her on direct messenger yesterday.
Yeah, Joy, Be the Difference Clothing. Her too. I mean, I talked to her here and there, but I didn't really like it didn't register mentally and all this that people actually knew who I was. And I didn't feel that I was important enough for people to know who I was, if that makes any sense. And then when that happened, you know, my inbox like blew up. Tommy's phone blew up. Tommy's inbox blew up. And Derek, NASCAR man, actually got the people that was in our circle at that time. Not that it was a close circle. It was just the people that we had started getting close to on YouTube. He had a meeting and told everybody what was going on. So Derek, NASCAR man, actually, he was like the messenger for everybody, you know, to let everybody know the updates and stuff like that, because him and Tommy are close. And so Tommy would relay what was going on with me, and then Derek would relay it to everybody else. And when I talked to Joy one-on-one privately, she was like, I couldn't believe that had happened. She's like, I talked to you, and the next thing you know, this was going on. And I was just like, so, things like that really, it still takes a toll on me. I have and on May 23rd, it'll be 1 year since that happened, since I almost lost my life. And it is going to be a Saturday. And I'll talk more about how, I'm going to talk more about how it has affected my mental health. I do talk about it a little bit here and there, but it has really, and that's probably contributed to a lot of things that I've been going through since it's happened. Why it's been such a roller coaster ride for me, because when I look at me, all I see is this huge, nasty, icky scar. And I know that you guys can't see it, but in my head, I can't process that you guys can't see it, because when I'm live, I'm constantly like fidgeting and stuff like that, because I feel that you guys can see it, even though I know logically you guys can't see my scar unless I show you my scar. And I mean, it's over 12 inches long. I mean, they cut me open, and I had a lot of staples. And one day I can remember something that happened when that all went down, and then other days I can't remember what happened. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's like my brain wants to work and then it wants to shut off. And I don't know.
Help you to show the scar one day?
Maybe. At this point, I don't know, because it is very gross to me. And, Tommy has told me repeatedly, you need to be proud of that scar. He's like, you should get a tattoo of a zipper where it's, it looks like you're being zipped open, and then your spleen, on the side. And I'm like, no, I don't know. And then we actually ran into one of the surgeons at the Chinese buffet in Wisconsin Rapids. He was sitting kitty corner from Tommy and I when we went for dinner, and here he was with him and his family. And I was like, that's one of my surgeons. And Tommy's like, well, you should go talk to him. I'm like, Tommy's like, you look like a creeper, right? Because we got up, we were done, and I wanted to go over and tell him thank you again. And he's like, you look like a creeper just standing there trying to decide if you're going to go over there and talk to him or not. And so that kind of pushed me into going over, and I said, said excuse me and stuff like that. And I was like, you're a surgeon, right? Because I didn't know how to like come out and just say, hey, thank you. And so he was like, yes. And he knew who I was. He didn't know my name. He couldn't remember my name.
Yeah.
But he knew who I was. And his wife was there, and his children were there. And he's like, you're the spleen girl. And I said, yes, I am. And he was happy that I was still there and I was still around and stuff like that. And it was just to be known as the spleen girl in the hospital. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but they had never dealt with anything like that there at the hospital that I went to. Nobody knew what or how to deal with it. And if it wasn't for this specific doctor saying, no, we are not transporting her, she needs surgery now, I would not be here. So yes. And he was trying to all play it down. He's like, oh no, the other doctor's the one that did the surgery. I'm like, but you made the decision not to transport me, which is what saved my life. Tommy gave me to the hospital, and this doctor You know, and then it's weird too, because he was at the stop and go light at the hospital when they called him in. So he was right there. And then the other doctor was leaving, or maybe it was vice versa, but he was leaving his clinic and was there in a short period of time. So, I mean, it was just everything like lined up the way it was supposed to. I don't remember the ride, but I guess I had the window down with my head out the window like a dog.
We're all glad you're still here with us.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that I'm here for a reason. I don't know if it's because of this, because of how my mental health has been, and, you know, or what the deal is, but I'm here. I'm happy to be here. But there are days like this week where I wish that my spleen would have taken me, if that makes any sense. And as much as it sucks, because of things up here that are going on, I know that I'm here for a reason and I have to accept it. But it's so hard to filter through and try to analyze, and I shouldn't analyze it, but there's mentally it has messed me up and it stinks.
Does it really matter why you're here?
It logically,
does it really matter what you're here for? Just live your life and be you and do you, and
right. And logically it shouldn't matter, but for some reason that little light switch button is stuck on.
Why you're here.
Why am I still here? Why is it me that, why am I? Because so many people pass away from this stuff, and
wasn't your time to go.
Right, but why? You know, that's the question I keep asking myself, and I shouldn't, but I do, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. You know, and Joy, it's not that I'm want to feel that way, where I wish that, you know, where I'm thinking in my head, I wish that my spleen would have taken me. It's because that's farther from the truth. But when with my depression and everything, it does that to me. It does all that. And here, you know, I know, because this is a safe place, I know that I can say this here to get it out, get it spoken out, so it's not weighing down on me, you know. And I'm being as honest. I'm being honest. And so that's what I got to do. You know, I can't sugarcoat anything. Practice letting it all go. See, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I know that for a long time I kept it inside, and it was making me stir crazy. It was making things worse. And I can't remember who exactly was talking about it, or where I heard it, but they said, you know, when you have things built up in your head, or you have things built up inside, instead of keeping it bottled up, if you speak it out loud and you put it out there, then those crazy things that you have built up in that bottle, regardless if it's true or not, it's just if however you're feeling, you let them out, it's not going to weigh you down. So that's why I've been trying to practice that. And then there's other things where, you know, like Tommy will say something like, don't speak that. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there in the air, because then it could happen, and we don't want that to happen. And then there's other things where I have to let it out, or it's going to just consume me, and I don't want it to consume me. And so, oh, hi, Key Lime Kisses. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Maggie Doodle. Welcome. I hope I got everybody. Let's see. Jacob says, I already know how you feel. I had a complication with my appendix operation that left me with a very sizable scar. Yeah, and that's the thing. When you go through something like that, if other people haven't experienced it in some way, shape, or form, a lot of times they don't understand. So being here, airing everything out, airing, as somebody else told me within the last 2 weeks, I air out too much of my dirty laundry. Well, you know what?
On your show?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the show's about.
Yeah, but I don't think they realized that. I just blocked them, got rid of them, because I don't need the negativity. This is what it's about, and I'm not going to tolerate people being rude and obnoxious. And so when that happens, I block them so I don't have to hear it. I already know that I'm speaking a lot of things that I probably in a normal situation shouldn't be aired out, but this is what my channel is about. If you have any struggles, if you have positive things that you want to talk about, that's why we're here. And so, and I warned everybody at the beginning of it, if you can't be nice and you can't be supportive, you won't be involved. Because I'm not going to have other people degrade and make others feel that what they're feeling is not okay. Because here, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. If that's how you're feeling and you want to share, then you share with no fear of being judged about it. Oh, hey, my StreamYard started.
You need to let it out, but you need to figure out where the safe place is to let it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tommy needs to let that stuff out that he's saying that you don't want to hear. He needs to let it out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's writing it down in a journal or just going and yelling it in the bathroom with, he needs to let that out, but he doesn't necessarily need to let it out in your presence.
Well, it's more like,
and you need to let it out. You can come in here. You have to just kind of pick and choose your audiences.
Right. And so that everybody's clear, it usually has to do with writing and him going fishing. Just so we're, it's weird things like that. It's not anything like how I'm doing here, where I speak and talk about the things that I've held in during the week, or explain what's going on in my life for this past week. His is more of like jinxing himself when I like when they go fishing because that's the me time. And during the wintertime, we don't get that, but spring through fall, I get that. So, is he a Capricorn? He might be. December 25th is Tommy's birthday. So whatever that sign is. I used to know, but everything else is clouded. The things that I did know. I think he might be Capricorn. I can't remember when Capricorn is. I used to know, but now I don't. I do know, however, that he is my protector, my strength, my rock. He will put anybody in their place that needs to be in their place to protect me. Craig. Hi, Swamp Picker. Hello, Philly Picker. Welcome. Craig says no key lime kisses. He is a unicorn, not a Capricorn. LOL. Just kidding. That made my morning. Thank you, Craig. Sometimes I pick on Tommy. I wouldn't say he's a little superstitious. I would say more that he's a conspiracy theorist. There's things that he Everybody knows that he does his research. So yeah, he's a research guru. He loves his research. And he taught me how to use Google, and I still can't get it right. He says I add too many words in when I'm trying to look for something on Google, but at least I can go on Google and actually search things now where I couldn't before. But yeah, she said, Key Lime says, we hold things in and are a little on the superstitious side about speaking things into the universe. Yeah, hold on, let me look. What is this?
Wow, Sonia, it's 3:40 a.m. there.
Oh, yeah. I actually, a couple weeks ago, her and I were talking on the phone, FaceTiming, and I actually got to watch the sunrise in Australia. Do
Oh,
you
wow.
know how cool that was? I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Signs. I wanted to check to see what Tommy's. I don't even know how to spell it. Birth. Here we go. Birth signs. Oh, let's see. Okay, so Tommy is December. Oh, that's not right. I don't know what that was. Okay, so Tommy is December 25th. So yes, he is a Capricorn. That's pretty cool that you knew that. I am a Pisces. I know what I am. And I know my son's a Pisces. And my daughter is a Sagittarius. And let me tell you, she is definitely a Sagittarius. Let me tell you. So the one thing that I learned from this whole thing with my spleen is I knew I was a preemie, but I didn't know that I was 3 months early.
Wow.
I had no clue until then. I
Wow.
was thinking I was like a month early, but no, I was 3 months early.
Wow.
So February 20th, if you had 3 months to that, so May 20th, that would have made me a Taurus in all actuality instead of a Pisces. But I don't know much about Taurus because I never really thought about looking. Okay, so my Taurus traits are reliable, patient, practical, devoted, responsible, and stable.
Uh-oh.
Yep, definitely fit more of the Pisces than I do. So I wonder how that works.
I don't know.
Is it from the
I mean, you have to go by your birth date. You have to go by when you
right,
came
but
into this world.
if you're early, do you I wonder how that works. Because I'm a Pisces because of when I was born. And so a Pisces strength is compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, wise, and musical. So a little bit of both of those kind of intertwine when it comes to me. But I wonder if it's from the time you're supposed to be born for preemies, or if it's the time you're actually born where this plays into effect, like your birth signs. I don't know. I wonder how that works. Oh, it says for Pisces, the ruler is Neptune or Jupiter. I used to play on Jupiter Beach when I was little. Does that count? Which is supposedly one of the corners of the Bermuda Triangle. So that probably would explain my wackadoo stuff. Sorry. Just being silly. All right, let me pull this back up. Okay.
Gina says, so you've been a survivor from the start, Destiny. I agree.
Yeah. When I was born, I had no eyelashes. I had no fingernails. I didn't have any hair on my body except on the top of my head, and it was silver when I was born. It was silver. And I have been through a lot where I suppose, yeah, I've survived a lot of things in my life, some good, some bad.
Sonia, you're so funny. I want to talk to Sonia again. I want her to come on again sometime. She's just hysterical.
Oh yeah, I love talking with her, and her birds are awesome. And do I have pics? I want to see silver hair. I honestly don't know if there are any pictures of when I had silver hair, because it was within the first, what was it, 24 hours after I was born. It turned to red. But when I was born, it was silver. I had silver hair. So let me ask my mom if she's got any pictures. I doubt it, but I could be wrong. She's got a big tub of pictures that I'm supposed to inherit and go through, and there are a lot of when I was little. So if I can find one, I will for sure show you. And I know my daughter, when she was born, she had silver hair too. And I'll see if I can find a picture of her with that. I don't think I have.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that I'm the same age as your mother.
But that's okay.
I'm not going to ever be able to stop thinking about that now. And I had my kids late. Like, I had my first kid at 28. So I don't know how young your mother was. And she
my
had
mom
you, but
was a couple weeks shy of being 19 when I was born.
Yeah. So see, that's another thing that I have to take into account. But it's just, I can't stop thinking about it.
Sonia, thank you for coming. Much love. Get some much needed rest.
Good night, Sonia. Thanks for the laughs. Enjoy your Easter. I'm going to have to be leaving here in a few minutes because I have to go do elderly computer duty again. We didn't finish. We decided to take a break because my dad was getting very frustrated. And he's like, you need to call at 1, but you better call before 2. And I'm like, okay.
Right?
He didn't want to miss his nap.
Okay.
I mean,
so
they're literally holding up the phone. I'm on Facebook Messenger with my mom, and she's holding up the phone in front of the computer screen so that I can tell them which buttons to push.
Oh, wow. If it works, it works. So Wendy says, I think it's supposed to be where the stars are at during birth. Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be in there for long, I guess. It was, yeah. But see, with my spleen, I was born with AVM, arteriovenous malformation, which is a birth defect that's found in the brain or in the spine. Mine was in my spleen, which is.
And that's really freaky because, well, I guess Sonia's gone, or whoever said that. There are people that do scheduled C-sections, and sometimes they'll have them a week or 2 weeks before or whatever. And if that crosses the line between the signs, you just kind of wonder, like, I don't know, what does that do?
Yeah,
are you screwed up for life?
Right. Jasmine actually was early. They messed up on her ultrasound picture. They made her older than what she was supposed to be. And so they scheduled the C-section for November 27th because I had a C-section with my son, emergency C-section with my son. So I couldn't give birth to her normal. So they scheduled the C-section based on my ultrasound photos. Come to find out, she was a month early. She was supposed to be born December 25th, the same day as Tom. How ironic is that? And there was a big uh-oh in the operating room when I had her. But she's a good kid. Pain, but she's a good kid. She's my pain. So, but yeah, I suppose it is. We've been on for almost 2 hours, and I want to thank everybody for being here and showing support. I absolutely just love the fact that this is going so well every Saturday. Thank you, Beth, for showing up.
You're welcome, and feel free to stay on. Don't leave on my account.
I have things
really
like
spread thin today.
Last week I was supposed to play with Power Tools in weekend, but it didn't quite work because Tommy was in the middle of something, and I have to be supervised with Power Tools. Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding. No, we ended up having other plans we had to do, last minute ones. So I wasn't able to do it last week, but I'd like to try to get my flower boxes.
People assume that when you're in quarantine, you're doing nothing and you can just do whatever, anytime. I got stuff going on.
Yeah.
I do, When I called to make a vet appointment for Monday, I asked my wife, I said, what have we got going on Monday? And the lady at the vet was laughing. She goes, what do you mean? You're in quarantine? I said, yeah, but we still got stuff going on. We still have to work and we have meetings and, she was just laughing at us. I'm like, no, we have a life over here. Just not allowed to leave. Hey, Swamp Picker. I didn't see you here earlier, Glenn. Did you just come in? Glenn, he's real good about coming in at the end. He just kind of sneaks in. He doesn't know what to do sometimes. And he doesn't want to answer the trivia question because not a trivia question. I ask an icebreaker question. And he won't give me his birth date for the birthday reels. He's sneaky that way.
I really like them, and I do. I have so many YouTubers that I absolutely love to death, and I follow. Hence why I've got over 900 and something, almost 1,000 subscribers. That I think they're amazing and want to be supportive to them all. But I do have to, unfortunately, go through and see who makes content, who does not make content. But I'll write the ones that don't make content down on a sheet of paper so that I can periodically check to make sure, that if they have content, I can
I'll be honest with you. I spend more time on Instagram than I do anything else.
Yeah,
it's more for me because I can just pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, and
yeah,
it's just it's in with my schedule much more, especially right now. So thank you, Destiny, for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Have a great Easter. He is risen. And until next time I see you, may God keep you in his pocket and paddle on. I'll see y'all next time.
Much love. Thank you, Beth. We'll talk to you guys later. All right. So I'm going to head out. Much love, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hello, dear.
Hello. Oh, boy. I haven't been up for a while.
What's up?
Nothing yet. I'm drinking my coffee. And I checked my messages and saw that you had sent me a link. So I'm definitely looking like I'm still waking up here. It's the crack of dawn.
I always forget you guys are a couple of hours behind me.
No, it's just 1 hour. It's nearly noon.
1 hour? I thought it was 2 hours for some reason.
And I always forget where you are.
Wisconsin.
See, now I have to pull up a map and see exactly where Wisconsin is.
The right of Minnesota.
Beth says that you were just waiting for her to leave.
Now I have to look up to see where Minnesota is.
The big lakes in the middle of the country.
My geography is so poor. I can tell you the states in the West because I've always lived here.
I don't know. Oh, it's on the window that's covered. I have a map with the time zones. It doesn't do me any good when it's over there behind the sheet.
This is true.
Whoopsie.
You can't see it. That's so teeny tiny.
Right there.
And it gets really cold there, I'm guessing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes. I am ready to move where it's nice and warm all year round.
With Vegas.
Holy cow, Vegas gets really hot. My sister lives just a couple hours from Vegas, and it gets up to 110 in the summer.
Yeah, we went out there for a week, was it?
Yep.
And I don't have issues with my asthma since. I walked out of that hotel room the first day, and I was just eating up that dry heat. I loved it.
Oh yeah, we have negative moisture here.
Absolutely.
When it gets over 30%.
Yeah, if it gets over 30%, people think it's muggy.
Yeah. Well, we have usually during the summer it's like between 80 and 90, if not higher. And but when we went out there,
So why is it so humid there? Is it because of the lakes?
I think so. I'm not really sure.
See, we have the Great Salt Lake, but I don't know why that doesn't have any effect. The only thing the Great Salt Lake does is stink. It does not smell good.
Yeah.
It's from the brine shrimp, because that's the only thing that can live in the Great Salt Lake is brine shrimp, and then they die and they stink.
Ew.
And brine shrimp.
When we were kids.
Brine shrimp have no purpose. Yeah, was it sea monkeys?
Sea monkeys.
Do you remember
when
sea
you were a kid,
monkeys?
the little sea monkeys you get?
On the back of
Oh,
comic books, there were sea monkeys.
that's brain shrimp.
I don't think she's old enough.
I know, she's too
I'm
big.
sorry. I do remember hearing him about them. I just never
Okay,
paid
so yeah,
really
you can Google sea monkeys, and those are brine shrimp, and the dumb things just die. Oh, and there's other bugs. What are the flying things there?
I don't know
Those silver whatever flying. Those are gross too. And there's seagulls. I'm not sure what the seagulls were doing.
They're eating all the brain shrimp.
They eat brine shrimp? I didn't know brine shrimp got big enough to.
Huh.
That's a lot of brine shrimp to fill up a seagull.
Okay, so these things,
Yeah,
they remind me of an episode of Alien.
Yeah,
absolutely.
those are
Aren't they?
brain shrimp, yep.
Isn't that nasty? It looks like some kind of a lice, doesn't it? Maybe it is.
That's trippy. That is really trippy. It reminds me of an episode of
I'm gonna go Star Trek. Do you want to hear how nerdy I am?
Sure.
So I had seen the original series of Star Trek off and on when I was a kid, but I'd never sat down and watched it from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done that, and then I've watched of the motion pictures. I've watched or movies. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 of the original series, and the second one of the Next Generation. And I started on the Next Generation, and this will be the Next Generation is my favorite series. So this is my 4th time, probably my 4th time watching it.
Every time I try to sit down and get into watching it, something happens and I forget to go back. I love Star Trek. However, when I was younger, there was one of the movies where they had the guy was some guy was captured and they put a bug in his ear.
That was Chekhov in The Wrath of Khan.
Okay, so just so we know, I did not believe back then that could really happen until I actually had an earwig in my ear.
Oh my gosh. Oh, ick.
I have scar tissue in my ear, on my eardrum from it, but I had an earwig in my ear, and it was the same thing that they put in that dude's ear in the show.
How did they get it out?
My mom had to pour peroxide into my ear, and Remy, calm down. But my mom had to pour peroxide. She didn't know what was in my ear. She just knew that I woke up crying and screaming that my ear hurt, and I had blood coming out of my ear. And so she poured peroxide in there, and then it made it to where it couldn't breathe. And so it came out and she screamed. My dad came running into the room to find out what was going on. It was in the middle of the night. And she said it was like it reminded her of that movie.
That is horrifying. That's an awful.
Earwigs are not technically supposed to go in your ear. Well, when I was little, we played outside an awful lot. And I just happened to bring one in the house and it found its way into my ear. And
wow. Have you always been in Wisconsin?
No. I was born in Florida.
Gotcha.
And moved to Wisconsin. We moved to Wisconsin when I was 10, almost 11 years old.
Okay, so I lived in Northern California until I was 11, almost 12. But my parents are from Utah. My ancestors, we go back to the 1800s in every direction here. But there is in Arizona and I'm sure Southern Nevada ragweed that some people are allergic to.
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah. So, because I was born in Arizona and then we moved to California. I don't remember Arizona at all, but and
we have here, I think.
I have never been back to Tucson. I haven't been there since 73.
Oh, wow.
I know. I've never seen the place I was born. And for Dwayne, we used to live in the town he was born in, and I bet I drove past the hospital. It's now used like for doctors' offices, and they put the big hospital behind it. But I drove past that place a million times over the years.
Yeah, I was born at St. Mary's Hospital in West Palm Beach, Florida.
I know I was born at the Tucson University Hospital. And my mom said it was brand new and it wasn't even completely finished.
Oh, wow.
I guess in some areas. And, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy cool.
Yeah.
Let me see here. So, I don't know. StreamYard's chat keeps stopping on me. So I always have to look over here. So it's not that I'm ignoring anybody over here. I'm trying to see chat and make sure that.
Oh, I accidentally closed my YouTube. Back up. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, we were actually signing out when you joined.
And
So a lot of people left, but that's okay. It's all right.
What were you discussing today?
Just mental health, and this past week, how I've been on a roller coaster, and my whole spleen thing kind of sneaking up on me. And then we were talking a little bit about the stuff that's going on out and about with how we're dealing with that. And so it's here's not so much. I mean, we have a couple cases, but not so much. And then Tommy called me out. He said that at the beginning of it, if it wasn't for the people coming up from out of state, we wouldn't get it. But yeah.
Yeah, let's see where we're at. Oh, so I do have a story on that. About so just weird. My sister and I take turns calling my mom because I've told you she's got dementia. She said like 3 words to me yesterday. Anyway, and I talked to my stepfather, and he said he doesn't believe in the virus, as in he doesn't believe in its existence, I guess. And I'm like, okay, there's a lot of people dying from it, but so yeah, I'm looking online to see where Utah's at, but there's all the, how some newspapers you have to subscribe to read the articles. Yep, and this is because I have ad blocker. I'll keep looking. But yeah, I was like, that's lovely. And then my brother is basically a frontliner because he works at a homeless shelter in Salt Lake. But what are you finding online?
I'm so bad at searching stuff.
Me too. It takes me
So-
forever.
Let's see. I know there's an actual map, but I'm horrible at finding this stuff.
Yeah, so I have the actual map right here. Whoops, should open up
here we go.
1,760,971
Wow.
cases.
Wow.
So, But my neighbor and I, we went for a walk last night and keep our distance, as we walk along. So that was good. Okay. Let me see the date here. Okay, so this was as of yesterday. We have 2,102. That's probably doubled since the last time I checked, just the other day. So.
Yeah, we have.
Colorado has a lot.
We have 2,885 confirmed cases here in Wisconsin.
So
as of April 10th.
And
last time it was updated, so
any amount is sad, but there's places where it's way, way worse than that.
I mean, last I heard, we had two or three confirmed cases in our county. They're not releasing any information on who they are, which I think is very smart, because how crazy and idiotic the people are in our area.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Like I follow a scanner page in our area, and we have a burn ban, so you can't burn your brush or your, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I completely understand why. I really do. I grew up with the fire department. I completely respect the safety of the fire department, firemen and stuff like that. But people are calling for the dumbest things.
I bet.
We can have a campfire. It just can't, it's got to be small, it's a little fire pit type thing. And people are calling about that.
Huh. Yeah, we often have a no burn around here.
And then people fighting really badly in our area.
Oh, that's sad. I haven't heard anything like that around here. Perhaps in Salt Lake there's some of that going on, I'm sure, but
let's see
but I haven't heard anything. Not saying it's not happening here, I just haven't heard about it here.
Yeah, I mean, we have a scanner page that we have two of them actually, that keeps us up to date on what's going on. They don't give all information or anything like that on the people, but they'll give what street it's on and what's going on type update. And let me tell you, some people are just, the calls that people are doing now are more strange and idiotic than they were beforehand.
My laptop was having issues the other night, and Dwayne fixed it. I never know what to do. I'm like, man, it's a good thing that you were home, or I'd be freaking out calling 911 like all the other people calling for idiot reasons to report that I couldn't get online. But okay. But yeah, I hear stories here and there about the dumb things that
So Tommy,
people call.
I love when Tommy's in my chats because he's gives me the right information.
Oh, okay. Have you guys been together that long then? Because Dwayne and I have, that where neither of us can tell a complete story without the other one there. Because, like, I remember details, whereas Dwayne remembers dates. And
we've been together almost 8 years, and 9 times out of 10, Tommy has to correct what I say because sometimes I mix it up.
Because yeah, I had, like I said, I have the details. Dwayne has the dates, and it really does require both of us to share a story. Oh, and it's even got to where sometimes, like, I'll hear something, or something happens. I'm like, is it me or you that hates that?
Hey, much love to you. Thank you for stopping.
It's so bad.
Yeah, Tommy's like, you can't burn debris like leaf piles and brush. He said, but cooking and fires in a ring are okay, which I think is how I said it. I think I said that right. But I love when he makes sure that I have it right. And Beth's like, can you? I love this. Beth's like, can you burn your bras?
No one would care.
And Tommy's response to that.
Uh-huh.
I love it. LOL. I imagine you could if you wanted to.
Well, without having anywhere to go. Yeah, no. You know what? That was something. I was in Washington, D.C. Dwayne and I were for a week back in, was it 2001? You know what's so funny is I was maybe a size 8 because, like, Jeremy was a year old and I thought I was just huge. Anyway, and we have a picture that was taken on a cruise, and I look at that and I'm like, oh my gosh, what an idiot I was. But so anyway, I noticed and so then we asked someone, I'm like, so I'm seeing women running around without bras, and they're like, yeah, women do that around here. I don't know if it's still going on nearly 20 years later, but in the early 2000s, women were running around without bras on. There.
I can't go outside our door without having to have one on.
And I'll go. No, I really don't either. I don't have one on at the moment, but no, I usually have a sports bra on around the house.
Yeah.
And because since they're more comfortable than.
Very much so. I think they're more comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're the only ones that fit at the moment.
What? Oh my gosh. My daughter changed up her birth control, and she had told me that none of her bras were fitting, and I saw her earlier in the week. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right.
Sometimes, you got to do what you got to do, and you probably chased all the men away.
Yeah. Who was it? Here, let me think for a minute. Okay. It was Cindy. I was doing the craft with me with April on her channel. We do it like a couple times a month. And Cindy was on there, Cindy Levin. And she's like, why does it always come back to bras? And I'm like, huh.
When women get together, just like men when men get together, they talk about
sports.
Yeah. So when women get together, we talk about our bras not being comfortable.
Talk about having babies. About, there's a lot more. Being a woman, just, being a woman is, to me, seems like it's much more complicated to be a woman than a man.
Wendy's like, I have to wear a bra, otherwise they just constantly get in the way, right?
I don't have enough to do that. Yeah, I've never had that problem.
Yeah,
So
I was an F cup at one time when I was 200
oh my,
pounds.
oh no, I'm the biggest I've ever been, and I wear a C. That's it. And so my daughter, who is a lot thinner than she wears a 34 double D, and the only place you can really get those is Victoria's Secret. And I remember taking her there as an older teenager, and I had been putting it off. Because once you get a Victoria's Secret bra, you can't wear a cheap one after that. And so finally,
I don't think I've ever owned one.
and they're really expensive, but they last. Like, they don't wear out. You hand wash it and line dry it, and they don't ever wear out as long as you don't put them in the dryer. And yeah, I usually end up replacing mine just because it starts getting stained just from body oils and going funky colored. But so anyway, yeah, like I said, ever since then she's had to go back to Victoria's Secret because it got to where cheap ones just didn't come in the right sizes.
Yeah.
And Victoria's Secret has a wider variety, but they only go up to a certain size, so they don't carry F. What, you have to go online for that size, I guess?
Yeah. Well, back then we had to go to the Good Girl store to get them.
There, in the town that we used to live in, there was a specialty store. And that's where all the women there would go. And I'm guessing they would order in if they didn't have them. I never, like I said, bras for me has never been as big of a production for a lot of women. So I do feel fortunate for that.
Are those paint bottles behind you?
Oh, okay. Can I brag for a moment?
Go ahead.
It took me several days, but the room I'm sitting in is the room where crafts go to die. And I moved things around. I dusted. I vacuumed, except for under my shelving unit and my dresser. I figure there's no dust underneath the dresser. Dwayne finally hung those up. We've been here 3 years. Dwayne put those up. That's my treadmill there. I do use my treadmill. So now that it's getting warmer, I like to walk. Yes, I counted. I have some more paint bottles, or actually, here on my desk with me is varnishes, stains, that kind of thing. That. But of the paint, I have like 80 bottles of paint, and then behind it is spray paint. I did inventory, and I have these drawers that I'm going to hang up. I've had the drawers for a while. They were just stacked. I don't know. It didn't turn out. I kind of shabby chic. It didn't turn out. So the paints I'll go into, I have 5 of these drawers, and they have hooks. But Dwayne said he'd put better hooks on the back and then hang them up because the paint's getting pretty heavy. So, yes.
Yeah.
So my thing is I often, like for the drawers, I'm just going through those paints. But if I'm going to do like a new project, I go buy more paint. And then I I have like 10 shades of green. And
I remember those days.
So yeah, I haven't done any painting with them for a long time. I go through my phases of things, but I showed you the birdhouse that I painted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then I got digging through all my paints. But no, this room was side, shimmy only. And now you can actually walk into this room.
Awesome.
Yes, like I said, it took me better part of a week to do it. And my asthma was not happy about it.
Oh, I'm sure. Hi, welcome.
And when you cough right now, then people all look at you. Go to the grocery store. Don't cough. Don't cough. It's only asthma.
Yeah. Right? Or allergies. Yep.
Yeah. It's the spring starting out there.
Stopping by to say hi to everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I didn't know if he was still in chat or not, but I wanted to make sure that I said hello. Did you see Denise's comment?
My YouTube isn't. Let's see, my
Okay,
daughter.
so she said that her daughter saw a woman going into the store with a sports bra on as a mask.
My sister, my nieces saw this. There was a lady with glasses on, and I guess taped to her glasses, plastic page covers
Uh-huh.
that you put into binders. I guess she had that taped under her glasses and wrapped around. And my niece is about died laughing. There's some weird stuff. Dwayne got some masks from work, and I have doctor's appointment just for annual go update my medication,
Mm-hmm.
Go get blood drawn so they can tell me that my thyroid still isn't working after 20 years. But so we have a few of the real masks, and I've got to wear one of those to the doctor's office.
Oh, wow.
And then Dwayne was sick, but they decided it was just the seasonal flu. So they did that appointment online.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yep. $100 to talk to someone, a doctor online for 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to show you this picture. This cracked me up when I saw it, so I have to share. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Okay. Somebody shared this in one of the reselling groups. It cracked me up. Pool noodles.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
It was awesome. And I had to send it to Tom because I was telling Tommy about it. So I had to send him the link for that because it came up in one of the resale groups. Funny. I love it. And I would have never thought to turn pool noodles into a hat to keep people away.
I also saw where this guy has this thing that he built. I think it's around his waist, and it's like this big, huge, hula hoop, and to keep people that far away. Oh goodness!
People are getting creative. That's for sure.
That's what happens when you have spare time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Denise says her allergies are horrible at this time of year. Mine are like that every year, spring and fall.
Yeah.
So I got my tissue here to keep itching my nose so I'm not touching my nose.
You mentioned spring and my nose starts to itch. But yeah, some years are worse than others. This year seems to be a little bit worse for me. But yeah, I get the allergies as well, and like some asthma is what. It's because I didn't have asthma this winter because I'll get it during the winter from the pollution.
Yeah.
But so that didn't happen this year. So now I get to have the asthma because it's spring.
Oh boy. Yeah. They came and picked up our leaves yesterday in the front yard, and it caused me to have a sneezing attack because of the machine that they were doing. They were doing this, chopping it up and shooting it out into the back of the truck. And so it was all over the place. And I started sneezing, and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. But I only had to deal with that once. And so hopefully, my allergies don't get too bad this year. Tommy's, however, has been pretty bad so far this spring. So hopefully it'll start lightening up now. But
you putting your hand sanitizer on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did I show you? Look at that. I even have Hello Kitty hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, because I have Hello Kitty everything. That's the other direction in the room. I have my Hello Kitties. Is that Iron Man?
It's Iron Man.
Oh, terrific.
I get this there we go. We have Iron Man from Avengers.
Terrific. But Yeah,
And then I have my teaspoon in my purse. We're out and about.
my purse is tiny, so I don't have enough room in mine. But I should put one in my car. I have one in my bathroom, a pump one, because I got digging through my bathroom closet. Oh, and another thing I'm doing is changing things around in the kitchen, because there's some things I never liked where they were, and so I've been moving them to see if I like it. I still am not happy with it. I'll keep moving things around till I.
Yeah, I wanted to find a smaller workstation type island thing to put into our kitchen so I have more room. But Tommy was talking about making a kitchen outside for me so that I can breathe. And then I want to start making some videos of some of the stuff that I cook. So I use the grill a lot of times, most of the summer. Last week when it actually finally started getting nice out, I cooked almost all last week on the grill. And then we had some wonky weather. Did you see my video? We had snow, sun. It was warm, and then it was windy, and like we had some.
We get that. Yeah, we do that here. All in 1 week. We can have all 4 seasons in 1 week here.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then, so I put the first video up, part 1. Then we went to the lake because Tommy was like, came home because he forgot his wallet because they were going fishing. He's like, you got to see the weather. It is crazy. So Jasmine was showing me a video. So we decided to go out there and record. And like literally every couple minutes, it was either snowing or it was sunny or it was windy. And like, I have it like, yeah, it's once I'm able to get a chance to put because I could only record for so long and then shut it off and then record and shut off. So I got to put the video together and then upload it. And literally like 10 minutes before we went into the snowing area of our ride, we were out fishing, and it was sunny out. And yeah, it was windy, but that's normal. And yeah, so it was crazy. And then I got a separate video that I'm going to put up eventually of my daughter fishing. She is definitely a caring person. She wants to be a professional angler. So, yeah, but she wants to be a professional everything, and so she's very smart. Very proud of her. She definitely has the talent for it all. So everything that she tries, she's good at, and that's so not fair.
Dwayne is one of those people. That probably isn't surprising, is it?
No.
Yeah, he and if he's not real good at it, he keeps at it until he is. No. And me, I get bored and walk away before I perfect something.
Yeah, like fishing. I used to do a lot of fishing growing up. Now it's not so much my thing.
I've never fished. But I've been with Dwayne when he is.
Well, lately, like in the last couple of years that I've gotten my fishing license and went out fishing, I don't catch fish. I catch fishing equipment. Other people's fishing
good job. Good job.
So
you clean up the lake.
Right. That's my fishing expedition. I clean up the lake.
Have you heard about how ecosystems have been changing?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, with people being indoors and not as much, industry going on, then ecosystems. I'm telling you, planet Earth cannot wait for us to leave. Mm-hmm. Because, all we've done is damage. Yeah. And it'll recover once we're gone. But yeah, even just matter of weeks and things start to go back to how they should be. So I'm hoping that some places like what's the river that goes through Venice? Is it the Venice river? I don't know. Anyway, they saw changes in that really quickly. And I'm hoping that they do things to keep the nature balanced, now that they see. Right. But that was when wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone a while back. the early 2000s. Have to look that up. It completely changed the ecosystem, and I watched a thing on it, and it was very fascinating. They had animals returned that they hadn't seen there for years, and the bison population was under control. And because unfortunately grazers will, graze themselves to extinction in an area. But the wolves keep the balance. But basically, if we let all the wolves die off, then we're next, because they're the greatest predators in nature, and and they do keep the balance. And so if they're gone, then we're next in line.
Oh, wow. Hi, Jennifer. We're actually going to sign out. I have to use the potty.
You've been sitting there drinking coffee.
Yes, I was drinking coffee, so now I have to run to the potty. But thank you for joining me, Heather. Stay on after.
Okay.
I want everybody to have a wonderful day. If nobody's told you how wonderful you are today, let me be the first. You are all wonderful. You are all special. And keep up the amazing work. With that, much love. And we will see you next Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.
Stay safe.